Yes, that is Mr. E versus Gen. Mr. E repping Will to win versus Gen with the House 3000. I was saying earlier, I still love those jerseys. Those jerseys are clean.
They're nice.
Black and gray. People sleep on that color combo.
Right now, I hope no one is sleeping on this Ryu because he's looking spectacular right now. 56-22 is a small lead, but when you have the kill power of Ryu, it is a huge lead. I think maybe he might lose the stock right now, but another 5% away, and definitely for sure.
Yeah, and something that I noticed about Gen during doubles, that the guy is smart. He is very smart when it comes to his character, and he knows the spacings of everything in and out. And these guys actually team together, so it's a literal and figurative team kill.
And both of these players definitely want it. You know, Mr. E has been in this region several times. He's a bit more familiar with our area.
He won Glitch too, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for him, I think he's a bit more comfortable, and as weird as it sounds, it might not mean as much to him, but again, this is his first appearance here at Xanadu. This would mean so much, and ooh, he hits it with the 2-frame. Great stuff right there.
I mean, Gen's been to Xanadu before, but like, he's never had the shot to make it as far as he can right now, especially when he keeps on playing like this. Gen, that was big.
Is it Gen or Jin, by the way?
I am actually not sure. I've heard it pronounced both ways.
All right.
I'll have to ask him at some point.
Yeah, we'll find out at some point. Right now, Mr. E has him off stage, and he gets that edge guard 0% each right now. And that's super important to have to do against a character like Ryu, because Ryu with Rage is just such a scary person. You know, you lose your stock 20-30% earlier.
Yeah, and it changed the entire flow of the set, too.
Yeah.
Because now you have to play way safer, and now when you play safer, you might play passive. When you play passive, that's when Ryu starts to blow you up and break your shield. A lot of things can go wrong, even though Mr. E looks really comfortable right now.
And it's because of things like this.
You gotta look at him. He's not even looking at him.
Wow. A lot of damage, and he's still making it count. Went for that jab. Unfortunately for him, did not connect. Mr. E fighting his way out of that situation, and now it's so scary. Ryu gonna have to try to make it back, and he does manage to do it. No hurricane kick. Very smart stuff by him.
Yeah, pays a bit of tax with the focus attack, but still staying alive. And even some more damage on gets the tech chase. This could be it. No, he goes for a jab instead. And another uppy. Mr. E desperately just trying to get back to the ledge, and he does so. Again, missing the opportunity to cancel his dash attack or focus attack with a dash, and he just went down there and did it to him.
Hey, you can't come back if I foot you. Ryu's recovery isn't quite that strong.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I feel like for Mr. E, that was intentional. For a lot of players, they don't really use footstools with that level of intentionality, but I've seen Mr. E do it several times to people. So I think that was calculated.
Definitely a good chance that it was. And, you know, a lot of the stuff he did was calculated. He took both stocks off stage, and that's what you need to do against a character like Ryu. You know, Ryu's strength is being on stage. He's kind of like the new age Olimar, if you will. Back in Brawl, you know, you get Olimar off stage, you take his stock, you play him on stage, you're going to lose. It's very similar against Ryu, and, you know, Mr. E aware of that is doing what he needs to do. And at the same time, though, it's Ryu's job to keep the game on stage, to make those punishes count, to end those stocks at 80-90%.
Yeah, you know, I've never heard that comparison before, but it makes sense. Instead of, like, the power of colonialism, he just uses the power of his arms.
Yeah, you know, he just... World traveler power.
Yeah, instead of world domination. Pikmin is a very messed up game.
Hey man, they're plants, vegetarians.
They have emotions.
Hey man, vegetarians. Your Pokemon got emotions too, man. You let them faint all the time. I've seen your profile.
No. Oh my god.
Right now.
I don't want to engage this moral debate.
Mr. E right now all over Ryu, just chasing him down everywhere. But he recognizes still that if he... Okay, he went for it all right there. That was a very risky option that Jin went for.
I like how Gen is using the grabs, or not grabs, the jabs rather, to make Mr. E think, okay, am I hitting with the up tilt, or am I hitting with the jab? How are you going to SDI this? I think he has follow-ups for both, or he's just baiting a reaction.
And he hit him with his shoulder blade, but it did not matter after. And Mr. E just, he's not afraid to really throw out that up B, and it's gotten him out of so many poor positions.
I think that's fair because, oh, nice punish. But if Gen is willing to throw out the Shoryuken, Mr. E should be willing to throw out that up B. It's the only way to keep him in check consistently. Well, not the only way, but it's a good way.
Love that recovery going high, recognizing that he'd take more damage at the very least if he went towards the ledge.
And now Mr. E's still trying to keep the pressure on. You expect so many players to just back up when they have a lead against you, but Mr. E is trying to finish his plate early before his plate becomes a problem.
Right now, those stubby arms still not a problem, but this sword is, this range, you know, it's just so difficult for Ryu to really combat it. And I don't know if it's an SDI or just a regular DI, but Mr. E keeps ending up in fantastic positions after he's hit by an up tilt.
It's the SDI and also the movement. He's not getting hit by like the beefy up tilt, but there's no way you could have really anticipated that. A forward smash coming through was a hard call out. And again, still has a lot of work to do, but he just did a good chunk of it with that forward smash.
You know, he's trying to get something going. You know, he can't really take too many more hits, and well-placed nair right there. Multi-hits cannot focus through that, and he tries to go high, but Mr. E making the adjustment ready this time. He gets back to the ledge for the moment, and the up B comes through, and that is a clean 2-0. Mr. E is going to take it.
Yeah, and you can tell that those two have played each other a lot because they started to get the beat on a lot of those little micro situations that you don't really know. You know how the characters can interact with them, but you don't know how the players will interact with them.